today's class is going to be quite a lot of twisting. Twisting is a really good way to invigorate you without feeling like you've really had to really sort of stress or strain. It's also really good if you've obviously been eating too much or sitting too much. So I thought we'd have a bit of a focus on twisting today. So I'm just going to lie back onto the mat. You can keep your knees bent up to start with. Just lay at the back of the body, let it spread, relax against the support of the mat. You can have your hands palms up and just feel the shoulders sliding down, rolling down either side of the body, resting back on the floor. Let go of the length of the spine. You can almost envisage the front of the body sliding down to the sides, the right half of the body sliding down to the right, left half of the body sliding down to the left. Let the pelvis be heavy. Gently becoming aware of your breath. No need to do anything with it, just being aware that you are actually breathing. As you tune into the breath, it may naturally lengthen. Starting to let the mind soften away as well, just becoming grounded in this moment. And then we're just going to start off with a gentle twist. So just bringing the knees up towards the chest gently, no need to squeeze them in. Bring your arms a bit higher up so they're 90 degrees. And then just let the knees come down to the right of you, to rest on the floor. Left shoulder relax down. Inhaling into the left side of the body, exhaling, relaxing the knees, ankles, shoulders. Shouldn't be holding on anywhere in the pose. Just let go. And then on your next inhalation, bring the knees up to center again. And then exhaling them down to the left. Settling into the pose when you get there. Relaxing shoulders, relaxing hips, knees, ankles, softening the belly. Feeling that gentle rotation through the spine, through the waist. And then we'll do both sides, but a bit more dynamically now. So inhale up to the center, exhale to the right. Inhale center. Exhale left. One more each side. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale back center. So this time you can catch hold of the shins, squeeze the knees in towards you. Do let your knees come apart so they're going towards the underarms. Little squeeze in, stretching out through the lower back. You can rock yourself from side to side. That feels good. And then we're going to come into a hip opening pose. We haven't done this one before, so just listen to the instructions. So just plant your left foot flat on the floor, right ankle over left knee. So we have done this before. Pressing the right knee out to the side, so you're getting a bit of stretch in the right hip. And then from there, you're going to lift your head and shoulders off the floor so you can see your leg. And you're going to take the left hand on the right foot, catch hold of your right foot, or if you can, hook the left elbow into the sole of the right foot. So you're kind of cradling your right foot. So either the hand on the right foot or cradling the elbow around. And then with your right arm, see if you can wrap it around your right knee. Or if you can't wrap it round, you're just going to hold your sole of your foot and your knee. you can wrap, elbow to sole of left foot, right elbow wrapping around the other knee, and your hands might be able to meet. So you might be able to cradle your foot as if it's a baby. So it doesn't matter if you've got hands or elbows, you're going to stretch the left leg out now, so it's hovering about an inch above the floor. So you're doing a lying down pigeon, basically. Good. So stretch the foot that you're not hugging, the left foot out along the floor, and then really hugging in that right leg, drawing the knee towards you, drawing the foot towards you evenly. So sort of reclined supine pigeon. Good. Holding it there. One more breath. Hugging the leg in and release off. Left foot back on the floor, right foot on the floor, change sides. So you're going to put your left ankle on your right knee. Press the left knee out towards the side. So already a bit of a hip opener there. And then lifting head and shoulders off the floor, catching hold of this foot now. So either right hand on the sole of the foot or right elbow all the way, hooking round the sole of the foot, left arm coming around the outside of the left knee. Maybe your hands will meet so you can cradle the shin basically. And then when you're there, stretching the right leg out just a little bit above the floor. Keep your belly drawn in, drawing that leg in towards you as if you were doing pigeon. So you should feel this in the outer left hip and buttock. You might only be holding on to the elbow and the knee and the foot, that's fine, with your hands or with the elbows. Squeeze it in as far as is comfortable for you. Just one more deep breath here. And release that off. Plant the right foot flat on the floor, left foot joins it. Good, and then just to ease out of the lower back, we're just going to sway the knees from side to side, like little windscreen wipers. Just quite a small movement, and you'll feel the weight moving through one side of the pelvis, one side of the sacrum, and the other. Good. So from here, we're going to bring our way to sitting. So you can either roll onto your side if you're feeling a bit slow this morning, or if you like, you can start to rock yourself backwards and forwards, keeping the knees in towards the chest in a little ball, massaging through the spine, or just come up sitting. Coming up sitting, cross-legged. So before we start the movement part of the class this morning, we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. Haven't done this for a while. So if you remember, this is the trickiest bit. We're going to tuck the second and third finger in. So you're left with your thumb and your ring finger on your right hand. This always takes a lot of brain power. So you've got your left with your thumb and your ring finger. You're going to keep your elbow relaxed down, the shoulder relaxed down, and you're going to use the thumb and the fourth finger to close the nostrils alternately. Try not to lift the shoulder up of that arm. Try and relax the shoulder down, hands soft. So we're going to start by gently covering the right nostril and inhaling through the left. And then change nostrils, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. So it's about 4 counts. Inhale right. Exhale left. So continue in your own time. Maybe lengthening even more than my count was. Maybe less. Just closing the nostrils gently. You don't need to squeeze the nose. Very gently. Keep going until you exhale from the left for the next time. And then drop the hand down onto your lap and just continue to breathe through both nostrils. And then opening the eyes gently. So alternate nostril breathing is very good if you're feeling stressed or rushed and you need to rebalance yourself. It's also quite good if you've got a cold, if one nostril is slightly more blocked than the other. It can help to free the breathing up. Good. So from here, I've heard that quite a lot of people have got some stiff shoulders at the moment. So we're just going to take the hands to the top of the shoulders, just start to make some nice big circles with the shoulders, with the elbows. Inhaling as you come forward and the chest opens. Exhaling, really widening the front of the heart, take the elbows back. So slow is good, no need to rush. Explore the full range of movement. And then next time you find yourself at the back of the motion, come back the other way. Really feel the shoulder blades sort of floating freely across the back of the body and then spreading as your elbows come forward. So shoulders are very complicated joints. We think about them as one joint, but there's lots of parts going on. One more big circle and release there. So put the hands on the floor either side of you. We're just going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, drop them down again. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Really let them drop down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then rolling over onto all fours. Sorry, I've just got something coming up on my screen. I can't see you. Good. So coming onto all fours. Tabletop pose, knees under shoulders, wrists under, sorry, not knees under shoulders, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we're going to do hip circles, but we're going to do them two different ways this morning. So first of all, circle the hips without rotating the pelvis. So you're creating the circles by swinging the hips, coming forward over the hands, but you're not particularly circling the pelvis. So you should feel this coming into the side of the bottom, moving through the hips. You can bring the weight over the wrists a little bit to warm up the wrists and then change direction. So swinging the hips out towards the side, get a bit of stretch through the outer buttocks, outer thighs. Couple more circles like that. And then come back to center. And then this time we are going to rotate the pelvis. So this is more of a cat-cow motion. So you're rotating the pelvis around as well as making those circles. That's it. So this should feel quite different. So you are getting movement into the lower back and a slightly different part of the hips. And then change directions. Such a nice movement if you feel at all stiff through the lower back, the hips. Should be doing this between meetings really. And then come back to center. Walking the hands forward now, we're going to come into puppy pose. So taking the stretch into the shoulders and relaxing between the shoulder blades. So you're going to keep your hips above your knees, walk the hands all the way forward, and then descend the chest towards the mat. Your forehead will be resting on the mat unless you're super flexible, and then it might be your chin. And you're really relaxing the chest down towards the mat, keeping the hands stretched forwards, hands planted into the ground. Inhaling, exhaling, seeing if you can really feel the length between the fingertips and the hips. So you're really stretching the sides of the body here. And then walk the hands back in. And we're going to step the right foot forward from here. And we're going to come into a lunge with a knee on the floor. Stretch the arms up. So I don't want you to come low into your lunge today. I want you to come out of the lunge a bit and really feel like you're tucking the tailbone under and getting length through that thigh. So it's quite an upright lunge that you'll feel much more, oh, nice doggy, feel much more in the top of the left leg than anywhere else. So draw the shoulders down, fingertips lifted up, make sure the back of the neck's long. You don't need to be straining the back of the neck. And then you might feel that you can move forward a little bit without losing that length to the top of the left leg. Good. And then bringing the weight back, lifting the front foot up. This is where you can have blocks. This is one place you can use blocks if you want to. We're just going to stretch through the hamstring. So we've done this one quite a few times before. You're bringing the right toes towards you, starting to hinge forward, bring a stretch into the back of the right leg. So if I'm doing it without, if you do without blocks, you might have a tendency to be rounding through the back, whereas if you've got blocks, you can create more of a hinge. So you're creating a crease at the top of the right leg, draw the right hip back, and then come back to the breath. So depending on how tight your hamstrings are, this might be a pose that you love or you hate. Try and breathe those thoughts about the pose away, so you're just in the pose. Sort of decouple yourself from the thoughts and feelings you have about the pose and just experiencing it. Good. So rocking the weight back now. Coming back onto all fours and swapping legs. So stepping the left foot forward now, lifting the arms up into a lunge, but a sort of vertical lunge. So again, tuck the tailbone under, see if you can find length at the top of the right thigh now. Fingertips reaching up, shoulders drawing down, belly drawn in. So you're sort of lifting the ribs and the belly towards the spine. And then maybe coming a bit, sinking a bit deeper into the lunge without losing that length. One more breath here. And then rocking the weight back again, grabbing a bottle or block if you've got it, even if you've only got it on one side, that still might help. Drawing the toe towards you, going towards the straight leg. So if you need to have a little bend, that's fine, as long as you can feel the stretch in your hamstring. Lifting the chest forward, crown of the head, gently stretching forward over the extended leg. Relax that left hip down and back. And then come back to the breath, a couple of breaths here. Using the exhalation to soften into the pose if you can. Inhaling, exhaling. And then gently coming out of it. Put your blocks to one side again, you'll need them later, your block or your bottle. Bring the weight forward over the front foot so you can step back. And then we're going to tuck the toes under and come up into downward facing dog. So remember how you felt in puppy pose. That space across the front of the chest. Really firm foundation in the hands. So don't forget the hands, pads of the base of every finger pressing into the mat. So you can press one heel down into the mat and then the other heel. That feels good. Lift the sitting bones high away from you, so there's length through the sides of the body again, just as in puppy pose. And then bring both knees towards straight. Good. So we're going to step the right foot all the way in now. Coming into a high lunge. So back thigh lifted. So you're up quite high up on the toes of the back leg. Engaging the thigh and the buttock of the back leg. Keep the left hand planted on the floor and then reach the right arm forward and over to start to make circles with the right arm. So you're pressing firmly through both feet, sweeping the right arm, nice big circles, getting some rotation in the shoulder, but also starting to turn the chest. So you're getting a twist towards the bent knee. Inhale as you sweep up. Exhale as you come round. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands either side of the foot. Stepping back, downward facing dog. So you can bend your knees a little bit, lift the sitting bones high, and then maybe release the heels towards the mat a bit more. From there, inhale to plank. Nice long plank. So your shoulder, you're pressing the hands into the floor, a little bit of doming between the shoulders. Make sure your hips haven't sagged down too low or lifted up too high. A nice straight line through the body. Good. Put the knees to the floor and then dropping chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, cobra, rolling the shoulders back. Good. We're going to come straight into locust from here, top half of locust. So sending the arms back either side of the body, so it's just the back muscles, lifting the head and the shoulders off the floor. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades coming together. Good. Hands either side of the chest again, pressing back, tucking the toes under, lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale there. As you exhale, feel the chest sinking towards the mat. Good. And then stepping the right foot forward. Sorry, left foot forward. Left foot forward, sorry. Coming into a high lunge. So engaging the thigh of the back leg again. Pressing down firmly through both feet so you can actually lift your hands off if you needed to. And then planting the right hand and then making circles with the left hand. See how long you can make your arm. Drawing the biggest circle possible. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep both legs engaged, both legs pressing into the mat. Inhale. Turning the chest to face the bent leg as you come over in your circle. Last one. Nice big circles with the shoulder. Good. Hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath there. Inhale to plank again. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Just cobra this time. Exhale, lie back down onto the floor. Okay, so we're going to move the arms forward into Sphinx now. So in Sphinx, your elbows are under your shoulders. Your forearms are parallel. Your hands are planted, palms down on the floor. And we're trying to draw the chest between the forearms. So it's a lovely back bend. Thighs and feet still in contact with the floor. Drawing the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back. Good. So from here, we'll do it slowly first, and then we'll do it in time with the breath. We've done this before. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift up into a forearm plank. But you're going to peel yourself off. So the top of the tummy lifts first. Tuck the knees under, engage the belly, and then lift the bottom. So you're really using your tummy muscles to get up there. Okay. Good. So hold it there for one more breath. And then knees come down, and you roll yourself back down, untuck the toes, draw the chest forward, back into Sphinx. So we're going to do that in time with the breath now. So inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, lift the ribs, lift the belly, tuck the toes under, straighten the legs. Exhale, come down. Inhale, draw the chest forward, Sphinx. Exhale, come up into plank, forearm plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, roll down. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Exhale, lift the chest, lift up between the shoulder blades, tuck toes under, straighten the legs. Inhale here, belly lifts. Exhale, knees down. Roll yourself all the way back down. Last one. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, lift the belly off the floor, tuck the toes under, straighten the legs. Inhale here. Exhale, roll back down again. Bring the hands back to chest, and then press that back into child's pose. All the way back into child's pose, heels to the floor, forehead to the floor. Hands still reaching forwards. Let the breath settle. Good. So come all the way up to kneeling now, and we're going to come into standing. So tuck the toes under, so you're crouching on the floor, hands resting on the mat, and then gently unfold towards the forward fold, bent knee. So you can start with your chest firmly lying on your thighs, and then just lift the hips as far as you can get to, knees still bent to start with, and then catch your hold of the elbows, just a nice relaxed forward fold. Feel your feet pressing firmly into the mat, but then the whole length of the spine relax, neck relax. Inhaling, exhaling, and then gently, slowly, uncurling, standing, pressing through the feet, stacking the base of the spine first, middle of the spine, top of the spine, head and shoulders coming up first. To standing, give the shoulders a roll back. Well done. Good. So we're going to start in our sequences now. So coming to the front of your mat if you're not already there. So keeping the shoulders relaxed down, feet growing their roots into the mat, lifting out of the thighs, the belly, shoulders relaxed down, bring the hands to prayer. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhaling, folding back down to forward fold, knees bent. Inhale, lifting up halfway, flat back. Exhale, folding down again, all the way to forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, come all the way up to standing. Lift up tall, much length as you can, hands back to prayer. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back, send the sitting bones away. Exhale, fold forward, step the right leg back. And then lifting up into a high lunge from there. Put your hands on your hips to start with if you like. So the back thigh is extended. Engage the buttocks of the right leg. Good. So we're going to bring our arms from here into a cactus pose. So the chest wide, elbows drawing down, so those shoulder blades drawing together behind you. So feel like your chest is really open. Good. So from here, we're going to slowly come into a rotation to the left. So just using the muscles of the core, we're going to turn ourselves to the left. Keeping the arms where they are. Good. Feet firmly planted. And then very, very slowly, we're going to bring the right elbow to hover above the left knee. So really draw the belly in, keep that twist in place with your muscles. And then gently bring the elbow down to hover over the knee, not touching yet. Keep breathing. And then finally, gently resting the elbow on the knee, very gently. Keep the belly and the chest lifted away from the leg, and then bring the hands together. And you might find you can get even a bit more rotation with using the elbow, but try not to rest too much weight on it. Well done. Hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. So staying in downward facing dog, lifting with sitting bone time. Just experiment, you need to bend the knees a little bit to get that length through the spine. If you do, that's fine. And then sinking the heels down towards the mat. So we're going to take a twist here. So you're going to plant your right hand a little bit more in the middle of the mat and a little bit closer towards you to make it easier. And then you're going to take your left hand, turn to the right and take your left hand to the outside of the right shin or the right thigh. So you're looking under the right shoulder, twisting to the right, really press down through the right hand to support you. Feel like you're lifting the right hip up, so you've got length through the side of the right body. And then come back. And then we'll take that the other side. So move the left hand now a bit more central, a bit closer towards you. If you make it a bit closer towards you, it's a bit easier, so you can get the heels down more. And then turning to the left now. Right hand coming to the outside of the left leg, looking under the left shoulder. Feel like you're lifting that left hip a little bit, not the heel pressing down, hip lifting, strong twist towards the left, looking under the left shoulder. Keep breathing, press the floor away with that supporting hand, and then back to normal plank. Whew. Downward facing dog feels quite easy after that. Take a breath there. Inhale your way to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or you can do chaturanga now. So coming down your body in a straight line, elbows tucked in, chest grazes the floor, and then lifting up into a cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhaling here, exhaling here. So stepping the right leg forward now, big step forward, high lunge. Pressing up, lifting the torso, hands on the hips to start with. Engaging the back leg, both feet pressing firmly into the floor to create your foundation. And then lifting the arms up, and then drawing the shoulders down, hands down, shoulders laid, meeting behind you into that strong cactus pose. Chest open, so really find the most space possible across the front of your chest. Good. So keeping the legs where they are, just twisting the torso to the other side, to the right. See how much rotation you can create through the waist. And then very slow motion again, just tilting very gently over the knee. So the elbow is coming towards the knee, not on it yet. Keep lifting the belly away from the thigh, chest away from the thigh. And then landing the elbow very gently on the knee. Bring the hands together, pressing the hands towards the sternum. Keep breathing. Good. Hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. So from here, come up onto the toes, come up onto the balls of the feet in your downward facing dog. See if that helps you to lift the hips higher. Elongate your downward facing dog. And then releasing the heels back towards the mat. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the sitting bones high. And then sinking the heels back down again. Length through the back of the legs. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then this time, you're going to inhale to look forward. Exhale, hop the feet between the hands or step if you prefer. Inhale, take it to a flat back, spine long. Exhale, forward, forwards. Inhale, sweeping all the way up, standing. Stretching up, reaching up. Open across the chest and hands back to prayer. Release the hands down on the side of the body. Just come back to a standing pose. Let the breath settle. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling the feet rooting you down to the floor. Shoulders relax down. Just coming back to normal breathing. Good. Bring the hands to prayer again. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back, halfway up. Exhale, step the left leg back. Starting with the left. Inhale, left arm brings you up. Warrior. Right foot, right toes forward, left foot 90 degrees across the mat. And you can sink down as low as you like in warrior. So both feet into the mat. Don't forget the back leg. It feels like it's all front leg, this pose, but your back leg is your anchor. Shoulders relax down, space across the front of the chest. So we're going to inhale our way to reverse warrior. Right arm lifts up, creating a stretch through the right side of the body. Good. Exhale, come up to center. And then we're going to bring the right elbow to right knee gently. Stretch the other arm across. Side angle pose. So again, keep both feet pressing into the mat, not too much weight into the elbow. Good. Lifting back up. Warrior. Turn to face the front of the mat. Hands coming down either side of the mat. Plant the left hand and then turn to open the right hand up to the ceiling. So you're turning the chest towards the right. Good, just as we were doing with our arm circles, good. Hands either side of the foot, step back, downward facing dog again. Inhale to plank. And this time as we come down to chaturanga, if you're doing chaturanga, I want you to stop when your elbows come in line with the body. So we're going to hold the press up a little bit above the floor. When your top of your arms are in line with your body, hold it. And then chest down, inhale, lift up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale. Prepare to jump forward again. Inhale to prepare, look forward. Exhale, hop forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, press with the feet, lift with the arms, all the way up to the top. And back to prayer. Good, we'll do the same on the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, right leg steps back. Turn the foot across the mat. Use the right arm to lift you up into warrior on the other side. So you're conscious of both feet, the back foot, the inner edges and the outer edges of the foot pressing into the mat evenly. Shoulders relax down, coming towards 90 degrees with the front leg. And then inhale to take your reverse warrior. Long stretch through the side of the body. Take a breath there. Coming back up to warrior. Really engaging the side of the front leg as you rest the elbow lightly on the knee. Reaching the other arm across. Nice long lines. Inhale, exhale. Good. Coming back up to warrior. Pressing both feet into the floor. And then turn to face the front of the mat. You're going to plant the right hand into the floor now. And then rotate, lift up the left arm. Opening the chest. Lifting the belly away from the thigh. And then rotating with the strength of your center of your body, just as we did when we had our elbows out to the sides. Good. Hands either side of the foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slow motion down to the floor. See if you can stop when your elbows are in line with your ribs. And then carry on all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose this time. So in child's pose, you can take your knees a bit further apart if that's more comfortable for you. Sticking the heels all the way back, bottom onto the heels, forehead on the mat, and this time you can lay the hands either side of your shins if you prefer. So giving the shoulders a chance to rest. Just getting the breath back there. Couple more deep breaths here. And then uncurling, so you come to kneeling. And we're just going to come up standing in the old house. And come back to standing, middle of your mat. Get the breath back. Good, so we're going to try our reverse triangle. So you're going to need your block or your bottle. So we'll take right side first. So you're going to right toes forward, facing forward. Left foot, your back foot, heels flat on the floor and the toes are pointed in about 45 degrees. So normal, kind of a bit of a normal triangle pose to start with. You'll need your block on the outside, the little toe edge of your foot, of the right foot. Okay, so done a lot of twisting, so hopefully this will help us in this pose. So just as I was saying before, your back leg needs to be really nice and firm and the buttocks nice and firm. So both legs are pressing evenly into the floor like a tripod. We're going to reach the arms out from here, and then you're going to turn your left arm, so it's over the right foot. That's the way we're going. Left arm cross right foot. Keep pressing the floor away with the back foot, and then you're going to reach down, try and catch hold of your block, which is on the outside edge of your front foot. The back hand can come to the small of the back. Good. So you're rotating the chest then over towards the right if you can. So you're opening, turning the top shoulder back, the front shoulder down. You might get a bit of rotation, you might not get very much at all. Draw the belly in, the hips are going to move here. The hips are going to have to move to allow this. So twisting as much as you can, and then if you're feeling like your chest is open towards the side, you might be able to lift your upper arm. Breathing there. Good. Come back. Leave your block there. Come back up to standing. Well done. Tone the toes forwards and then go to the other side. So you'll need to change your block around. So left foot forwards, right toes turned in at 45 degrees. Both legs straight. Engaging the back leg, the back buttocks. It helps a bit with balance actually. If you open, instead of having your feet really in line, you can put your left foot a bit more out to the left. So you've got a wider base. So rather than being on tram lines, that can help a bit with the balance and getting that space in the twist. So really push down with the back leg. Buttock should be engaged the back thigh, and use that strong back leg to rotate the right arm across the body. And then reaching forward, back hand can go on the small of the back, connecting with that block outside of the left foot. And then you're pressing your hand against the block to rotate the chest towards the left. Your right hip's going to go down, your left hip's going to lift up. And then either staying with the hand on the small of the back, or if you've managed to rotate your chest to face the back of the room, you can lift up that top arm. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Good, come out of it, press through the feet to lift up, well done. Tricky pose, and then turn the feet to face me. I'm going to come into a wide-legged forward fold from here. So now your toes are facing forwards, about 90 degrees. So I'll come sideways. We're going to fold forward with a flat back. Did this last week, crown of the head stretching forwards. Hands coming onto the floor. If you need your block again, then use your block, because that'll help you get that flat back. I'm not going to use the block for now. Good. So we're going to come into a twist here as well. We're going to take the twist in 2 stages. So you're going to plant your left hand first towards the middle of the mat, and your hands are under your shoulders. So they're not back here. They're here under your shoulders. So first of all, we're going to rotate without tilting the hips. So if you place your right hand on the small of your back, you'll feel your sacrum there, and you'll feel your 2 hips are kind of aligned at the moment. So what we're going to try and do is twist the chest to the right without tilting the hips. So you won't be able to get much movement. So again, you'll just feel like you're initiating the movement from the center of the body, from the waist. A little bit of a turn. Try not to strain the neck. So you're turning the shoulders, not just turning the head. Good. From there, now allow your hips to move. So if you allow your hips to move, you'll feel your left hip comes down, the right hip comes up. You get lots more rotation through the waist. And then you can lift your right arm up. So pressing the floor away with the bottom hand, reaching up with the top hand, twisting through the center of the body. Good. And then come back to center again. So we'll take that on the other side. So your hand can be on a block if that's easier, or on the floor. So you're planting the right hand now. Left hand comes to the back. Just really feel how your pelvis feels, your sacrum. And then opening, turning the chest towards the left now without tilting the hips. You'll only get a little bit of movement. Don't fight it. Just see how it feels. Take a breath there. And then allow the hips to go where they want to go. So the right hip will come down, the left hip will come up, give you much more rotation. And then if you can, turn the chest enough so you can lift up the upper arm. If that's not comfortable, just keep your hand on the small of the back. And breathe there. So you're rotating on around that axis of that spine, reaching forward. One more breath and come down, hands to the floor again. And this time let the whole of the back round down. So your head is hanging towards the floor. Bring your hands back so they're in line with your feet now. They can still be on a block if that's more comfortable. Knees are either straight or a little bend if you need to. And just allow gravity to draw the head, draw the spinal column down towards the mat. One day our heads will all be on the floor in this pose. Inhaling, exhaling. So still feeling the feet pressing firm into the floor, lifting the tailbone up so you feel a stretch through the back of the legs and then softening through the length of the spine. One more breath here. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Coming out of that, so bending the knees, you can turn the toes so they're a bit pointed out, that's more comfortable. Coming back up and curling the spine. Coming back up, standing, walking the feet in. Coming up to Tadasana pose again. Oh, well done. Good, so bring the weight evenly over both feet. Feet under the hips. Shoulders relax down. Inhaling, exhaling. So we're going to come into the standing twist that we did last week or the week before, can't remember which. So plant the weight firmly into your left foot. We're going to lift the right leg up and give that right leg a nice hug in. Really nice squeeze in. And then just allowing the leg to come away a little bit, using the belly muscles to keep it there. Crossing the left arm over right knee. Right arm's on the small of the back again, twisting towards the right. So you can use the hand that's across the knee to press a little bit to encourage you into that twist. And then once you've got there, stretch the back arm out. And then if you want to, you can gently turn the gaze to look out over the extended right arm. Keep the belly drawn in. Feel that lovely vertical column of the spine and the twist just smoothly gliding over that. Good. Come back to center. Relax down. Well done. Change sides. So taking the weight into the right foot, lifting the left leg up, giving it a nice squeeze. So don't forget to press down through the supporting foot, to the base of the toe, easing the leg away, crossing the right arm over left knee. You start with the left arm on the small of the back, creating that rotation. Use the belly muscles to keep lifting the knee, and then extending the arm out. So it's just as we're doing lying down on the floor, but standing up, and then turning the head over the outstretched hand, or not, oops. And coming back down, coming back to standing. Well done. Mountain pose. Come back to your center again, collect yourself, balance yourself. Inhaling, exhaling. Good, so we're going to come down to the mat via a squat. So bring your feet mat width apart. We're going to stretch the arms forward and come down into like a gym squat to start with. So your heels, your bottom's coming down, weights into your heels, and then keep going, keep going, keep going. Let the bottom sink down. Elbows to the inner thighs if you can. Nice lifted chest, everybody, good. So see if you can draw the shoulders back, lift the chest, use the elbows to lift the chest. So you've got a long waist. And then take a couple of breaths there. And then coming down all the way to the floor. So going to finish with a seated twist, definitely a very twisty class today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, we're going to take both of the feet over to the left. Actually, I'm not going to mirror you, so I'm really going to confuse myself with this one. Take your feet over to the left. So your left leg is your sort of the top of your foot of your left leg is on the end step of your right leg, and both your bottom cheeks are on the floor. So you're not sitting on your legs; they're both out to the side. Okay. So that's the pose for, I think, most of you. If anyone's very flexible and used to doing full crossed legs, then you can either stay there, or you can take the right leg and put the right foot at the crack at the top of the left leg. That's only if you're quite used to doing lotus pose. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So that's the pose if you can do that. Otherwise, I'll go back to the first variation. So wherever your legs are, you're going to twist to the left. So your right hand's coming over your left knee, the back hand supporting you behind, and you're coming into a twist. You can either leave the back hand there, or you can sneak it around behind you and see if you can catch hold of the inner right thigh. That's getting towards the bound version of the pose. If you've got your foot up in the second version of the pose, you might even be able to bring your hand towards the heel of that foot. I can't, I'm afraid, so I can't show you. Good. And then the last bit of the pose, this is a strange one. You turn the head and look the opposite direction over the right shoulder. From the only yoga poses where the head goes in the opposite direction. Just gently, maybe just strain it round that way. Good. And then release all off, release the hands, release the legs, and come over to the other side. So both legs into the right side now. So your right foot's nestling, top of the right foot's nestling in the instep to the left foot. So if you can get both bottom cheeks down towards the mat. And then if you took the other version of the pose on this side, then you're bringing the left leg up on top of the right thigh. But wherever you are, twisting over to the right, left arm comes over, right knee, other arm supports behind, so create that lift through the spine. So you're still feeling spacious across the front of the chest, and you're rotating from the base of the spine all the way up to the shoulders, looking over. And then either staying there, or you can sneak that right arm over the top of the left thigh. And then just gently turning the head the other way to look over the left shoulder. Does look very elegant. I can see you all looking elegant. And then release off. Release the arms, release the legs. Stretch the legs out in front, give a little bit of a shake, because that's a big stretch on the knees. And then we're going to finish with Gomukhasana. So we're going to cross the right leg on top of the left. So remember, your top foot can either be flat on the floor like this. Good. Or if you can, bring the knee down and stack it on top of the other, all well and good. But either way, you're hopefully feeling a stretch on the outside of the right thigh and the right buttock. So trying to get both sitting bones down onto the mat. Put the hands onto the feet or the floor if that's more comfortable. If it's really easy for you, you can walk the feet a bit further forward. And then we're going to fold forward from there. So keep the hands resting lightly on the floor, keeping the spine long, extending forward over the leg. So you'll feel as you fold forward, the stretch comes more into the thigh and the buttock with the right leg. So you can bring, if you come down quite far, you can bring your hands to rest in front of you, take the weight out of it. And then breathe into the stretch. Two more deep breaths. As you exhale, maybe you release down into the pose a bit more. And then coming back up, nice and slow, and changing to the other side. So give yourself time to stretch the legs out, and then recross them on the other side. So left coming over the top, either foot flat on the floor. It's better to have your foot flat on the floor if otherwise you're going to be really wonky like this. So foot flat on the floor, foot across, depending on what feels more acceptable for your body. If it's easy, you can walk the heels forward, the feet forward, so they're more, your shins are more in a straight line. Hands on the feet, spine reaching tall. Inhaling, exhaling, feel the pelvis heavy. Good. And then when you're ready, hinging forward over the front leg, just as far as you need to take it, feel the stretch, and then breathe when you get there. Using the exhalation to soften, release, let go. Inhale, come back up. And we're going to finish today with a sitting meditation. We've only got a few minutes left. So instead of lying down, for a change, we're going to sit up. So you need to find a comfortable seated position, either kneeling or cross-legged. You might be able to sit comfortably and cross-legged after the class. So get yourself comfortable and then just let the hands rest wherever they want to be. You don't need to do a special yoga pose. Palms together or hands out onto the knees. Closing the eyes gently. So feeling that lovely energy and alignment that is created in the spine. A sense of light and space across the front of the body. Feeling the hips heavy, pelvis heavy, sitting bones grounding down into the mat. And during this meditation, we're going to visualize the breath moving up and down the spine. So as you inhale, visualizing a light coming all the way up the spine to a point somewhere above the top of the head, as far above the top of the head as you can take it without it floating off into the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to imagine that light trickling back down the length of the spine, all the way into the mat and below you. So the exhalation is rooting you deeper into the ground, the light spreading out below you and behind you on the floor. As you inhale, taking that light, that energy, all the way up the length of the spine, the back of the neck, into the crown of the head and maybe beyond, before drawing it back down, 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 down towards the mat. So as your breathing slows, maybe the movement of the light slows. Maybe it reaches further above your head and further down beneath you. Maybe the light's getting brighter or even changing colour. but use the breath to guide the light each time. Drawing it up the channel of the spine. Back down again. And then on your next inhalation, feel like you're bringing all that light and energy up towards your heart. So it's creating a pool of light at your heart. You can bring your hands together, press the thumbs against the heart, visualize the light pooling there, gathering there. So each time you inhale and exhale, this time the light's staying there at the center of your heart. Release the hands down, but keep the light there. And then when you're ready, just softly open the eyes. So you're not focusing on anything, you're just starting to let the light in. And letting the world back in again, maybe looking a bit further out now, out the windows, around you in the room. Bring the hands to the heart once more, bowing the head, namaste.